God. All there is. No more doubt or confusion. I release pain of illusion. Yes, there's only one solution. Yeah, yeah. What I found is oh so simple. Deeper love in a temple, and I found it in the stillness of my soul. 'Cause all there is God. Oh, yeah. All there is God. Yeah, yeah, yeah. All there is God. Let me hear your voice. All there is God. Now I'm resting in the knowing that my good is overflowing, and my faith is ever growing. Yeah, yeah. Oh, take me back to the beginning. I feel the Spirit moving in me. Make me stronger, make me willing. Yeah. All there is God. Oh, yeah. All there is God. Oh, everywhere you turn. All there is God.
All there is love.
All there is love.
All there is peace.
All there is peace. Past all understanding.
All there is truth.
All there is truth.
All there is God.
All there is God.
All there is God.
All there
All there is God. God is all there is.
all there is. Now I'm resting in the knowing that my good is overflowing, and my faith is ever growing. Yeah, yeah. Take me back to the beginning. Feel my spirit moving in me. Make me stronger, make me willing. Yeah. All there is God. All there is God. Yeah. All there is God. Oh, God. Everywhere you turn. All there is
many ways can I be grateful? How many ways? Given the chance, I'm gonna tell you now. How many ways can I give thanks for the blessings I have known? I've got a list, and I will tell you how. Grateful for each breath awake, grateful for each step I take, grateful that I'm here to play my part. Grateful for the morning sun, grateful when the day is done, grateful that I have you in my heart. Grateful for this universe, for the better and the worse. Grateful that this world keeps spinning round. Grateful for my memories, grateful for my hopes and dreams, grateful for the blessings I have found. Give praises for all the gifts I have. Given the chance, I'm gonna shout out loud. Grateful for each breath awake, grateful for each step I take, grateful that I'm here to play my part. Grateful for the morning sun, grateful when the day is done, grateful that I have you in my heart. How many ways can I be grateful? How many ways? How many ways can I be grateful? How many ways? How many ways can I be grateful? How many ways? How many ways can I be grateful? How many ways? I'm grateful. How many ways can I be grateful? How many ways? I'm grateful. How many ways can I be grateful? How many ways? I'm grateful. How many ways can I be grateful? How many ways? I'm grateful. How many ways can I be grateful? How many ways? I'm grateful. How many ways can I be grateful? How many ways? I'm grateful. How many ways can I be grateful? How many ways? I'm grateful. How many ways can I be grateful? How many ways? I'm grateful. How many ways can I be grateful? How many ways? I'm grateful now.
There's a calm surrender rush of day, when the heat of the rolling world can be turned away. Can you feel the love tonight? It is where we are. It's enough for this wide-eyed wanderer that we got this far. Esta noche es para amar. Todo listo está. El destino nos trajo hasta aquí para revivir. There's a time for everyone if they only learn that the twisting kaleidoscope moves us all in turn.
Todos los colores caen en su lugar cuando ambos corazones vibran a la par.
Can you feel the love tonight? It is where we are. It's enough for this wide-eyed wanderer that we got this far. Esta noche es para amar. Todo listo está. El destino nos trajo hasta aquí para revivir. It's enough to make kings and vagabonds believe the very best.
I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. Oh, yeah.
Hello and welcome to the People of Diversity Sunday service. We are a multi-faith community and we believe that there are many paths to one divinity. So what does that mean for you sitting at home watching this on a Sunday morning, a Sunday afternoon, some other time? We have 10 different faith perspectives 10 different positive musical artists or acts. And we give each of those groups a single word topic at the beginning of each series. A series is 10 weeks, hence the 10 musicians and the 10 speakers. Yeah, so we say hello and goodbye, and Philip and his crew magically put it together into a seamless Sunday service, which you are watching now. If you would like to join us in this amazing endeavor, you can check into www.peopleofdiversity.org, push the donate button in the middle of the page. It functions better. And move on that as you are directed. You know, so if you want to play weekly, if you want to play monthly, if you just want to do it one time, we are grateful for all that comes to us. So, couple of things before we dive into the actual meat of the service. We just did a United in Thanksgiving with our fellow spiritual communities from around Brevard County. It was an amazing event. I know we collected some food. We had an amazing reception following just a beautiful service, a celebration, a ceremony. I think it just felt really inclusive. I think more so than we felt before. Everybody was real cognizant of where they were and what they were doing and why they were there. It was a beautiful experience, and I must say that John the Evangelist Catholic community has created an absolutely beautiful building that allowed for a great evening. So we're very, very grateful for that. Our speakers, Pat Hickman, Rabbi Pat Hickman, and Dean Martineau from the Baha'i community, were both big parts of the event. Dean spoke, and Rabbi Pat pretty much ran the show. It was her turn to take the reins and lead the service, and it was, like I said, seamless and very very aware, very present, very grounded. It was a beautiful service. Yeah. What did I forget? Anything?
I don't think you forgot anything. It was just really a great evening and just a great start to the Thanksgiving weekend. And yeah, we just really appreciated being invited to that, to participate in that as faith leaders. A lot of people weren't aware of what the pod is, or that we were virtual, or that we encompassed all these different faiths, and so it was a good way for us to get our message out as well. So it was a good evening, a lot of fun.
So if you want to see that service, witness it for yourself, you can go to the Interfaith United YouTube page and watch it in its totality. Although you'll probably miss some of the smaller idiosyncrasies of the evening, the event itself will definitely come through on the video.
Yeah. Okay, last week we started our series on charity, and our Baha'i friend Dean Martineau, he had a busy week. Dean Martineau was our speaker, and his musical guest was Donna Frost. This week, today, we have our Native American representative, Will Davis, and his musical guests are Bob Sima and Shannon Plummer. And next week, our dear friend Muslim Naran Sykes will be speaking on charity, and her musical accompaniment will be Daniel Capel.
Yay.
Yes. So past services are available on the People of Diversity Facebook group, Facebook page. Following the morning service from 11:45 till 12:15, we'll do a live Zoom deep dive where you can come on, we can chat, actually see each other and talk about the message, just check in. It's a lot of fun. And then on Sunday evening at 5:45, we will rebroadcast the morning service So you can come back if you have your own services to go to in the morning, or you just go out to the beach, whatever, on Sunday morning. You can, or send a friend back on Sunday evening if you hear something on Sunday morning that touches you. So that evening service is good. We watch it. We very often, if we can, watch the service twice, and I always get a lot out of it the second time.
More the second time, like chili.
Yeah, really. You can get Facebook notifications about the services by going to the People of Diversity Facebook group or Facebook page and asking to join. And then on Sunday, you'll just get a little ding on your Facebook thing and remind you. All you have to do is push the button, and there you will. You'll be there. So each week we bless a country. So if you have facts, ideas, pictures, whatever about the country we're blessing next week, send them to the email address below and we'll use them in our country blessing. Next week's country is Indonesia. This week's country is India. I learned some very interesting things about India. India is located in South Asia. It's the 7th largest country in the world and has the 2nd largest population with 1.4 billion people. And it's about twice the size of Alaska. 80% Hindu, 14% Muslim, and the other 6% is made up of Christians, Sikhs, and other various religions. India has the world's 3rd largest economy.
Didn't know that.
I didn't either. Indian Railways employs 1.4 million people, which is one of the largest employers in the world. And the railway is a state-owned operation, and the network extends hundreds of thousands of miles across the country. And this is crazy. 23 million people use the train every day.
Every day?
Every day. 23 million people every day. Yeah. So,
wow.
The sari that women in India wear dates back to 3000 BC, and the color of the sari is based on the occasion. Red is worn by brides to symbolize fertility and prosperity. About 70% of the world's spices come from India. That's amazing. 70%. Up to 30% of India's population is vegetarian, more than any country in the world. And that really came home to me one time. We went to an Indian restaurant and I looked at the menu, and everything on the menu is vegetarian, and they have a section for carnivores, which I found which is usually the opposite. Usually when you go to a restaurant, it's all meat, and then they'll have a little section for vegetarians. Well, nope, it's the opposite in the Indian restaurant. Chess originated in India about 1500 years ago and was based on a 7th century war game called Chaturanga. Now here's our last fact. Bollywood, with a B, Bollywood is the Indian film industry. They produce between 1,500 and 2,000 feature films each year, more than anyone in the world, including Hollywood. So that's pretty interesting, isn't it? So let's hold the people of India in our hearts. We know there's a lot of poverty there, and we see the people in India being happy, safe, secure, abundant. We send them our love, and we open our hearts, and we say these words together. May peace prevail in India. May peace prevail on earth. May peace prevail in me. Thank you. Okay.
All right. Mr. Sima and Ms. Plummer, Bob Sima, Shannon Plummer will be bringing us our music for today. We have not got a clue what that will be yet, so it will be a surprise for us too. And Will Davis recorded his talk on Monday. Becky and he had an opportunity to spend a few hours in the afternoon, and it was just a cool.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
I love him.
Yeah, he's such a neat
Just
man.
to go hang out in his presence is a treat. treat.
and we're blessed because he's just, looks at himself as just a regular guy in our overall community, and he just wanders around, dispensing wonderful bits of wisdom and joy and gratitude, and yeah, he's just amazing. So without further ado, we will see you on the other side.
If you want to go fast, then go alone. If you want to go far, you better bring somebody else along. 'Cause in the moment of darkness, in the moment of truth, you think you're lucky stars that there's someone there with you. There's a beauty in numbers it's impossible to deny. It takes two hands to applaud and a pair of wings to reach the sky. Where there was one, there will be many. Where there was nothing, there will be plenty. When me turns the weed like the roots from the tree, it pushes everything up from underneath. Well, together we rise, together we thrive. We believe in circles, 'cause circles take no side. Together we win when everyone is in. When every little hand and every little heart touches every little piece and every little part now. If you want to start a revolution, reach out your hand and lift up a brother or sister and feel the power at your command. If you hold a vision, show everyone what you see and watch the tribe come alive to turn your dream to reality. When there was one, there will be many. When there was nothing, there will be plenty. When me turns the weed like the roots from the tree, it pushes everything up from underneath. Well, together we rise, together we thrive. We believe in circles, 'cause circles take no sides. Together we win when everyone is in. When every little hand and every little heart touches every little piece and every little part. What's inside of you is inside of me, and it's amplified when turned into we. You'll never hear one hand clapping, fly with one wing flap. Many hands, many hearts make things happen. The reason they call it unity, 'cause it all begins with you and me. If you want to go fast, then go alone. If you want to go far, you better bring somebody else along. Together we rise, together This song was inspired by the movie It's a Wonderful Life. Tell me what is the measure of a life well done? And tell me how do you count an uncountable sum? A collection of your minutes, your hours and your days, the number of heartbeats, breaths in the lines on your face. It's a nebulous affair, pulling value from the air. Was it your good taste, your good name, your everlasting image in a picture frame? Or is it nothing you can hold on to, and everything that flowed through you? When your hands are empty and your heart is full, you can smile on your very last day. There is nothing you need to measure, and nothing you need to say, and nothing to take with you but what you have given away. It's never the riches and all it brings, accumulating things. In the final hour curtain call, did you sing the song you came to sing? It's the thoughts and the words and the actions you choose. It's paying it forward and speaking your truth. It's a call to love a little deeper, kiss just a little bit sweeter. When your hands are empty and your heart is full, you can smile on your very last day. There is nothing you need to measure, and nothing you need to say, and nothing to take with you but what you have given away. You're an accumulation of the lives that you touch. You're a celebration of the wind and the dust. You were put here for a reason. Be of service and be a beacon. You're a song, you're a light, you're a sacred holy sight. Take a long slow walk through your darkest night, and love just a little bit deeper, kiss just a little bit sweeter. When your hands are empty and your heart is full, and you can smile on your very last day. Well, there is nothing you need to measure, and nothing you need to say, and nothing to take with you but what you have given away. You're here to get love, give love, feel love, see love, be love, believe in love. And love just a little bit deeper, and kiss just a little bit sweeter. I'll say to give it all up, love, give it away. Give it all up, give it away. Give it all up, love, give it away. Give it all up, give it away. And when your hands are empty and your heart is full, and you can smile on your very last day. Well, there is nothing you need to measure, and nothing you need to say, and nothing to take with you but what you have given away.
So we're here today, and we're going to be talking about charity. And I think that's such an interesting word, charity. And I think a lot of people have no idea what it really means. And I'm a stickler about that. I try to define words I'm going to use so that I'm using them correctly, or at least appropriately. When we think about charity, I think sometimes we get caught up in the idea that charity is all about, well, I'm going to do something for poor people, or I'm going to make a donation to a worthy cause, or I'm going to do this, or I'm going to do that. And it's my premise that a good deal of the time we do that because of how we're going to feel, how it's going to benefit us, more so than, because all the time we make donations, we don't know where that donation is going to ultimately wind up. And it's the same with giving to the poor. Unless we go to these people individually, we may never know who is the recipient of our generosity. And I think sometimes that's the impetus behind charity. But I want to go in this different direction with this idea of charity, that all of you, or at least a good deal of you, have probably heard the old saying, charity begins at home. Well, there's a lot of truth to that. So let's talk about charity in the sense of how we are willing to share ourselves with our greater environment out there. How willing are we to give a part of ourselves to our greater community, or even to just an individual? Prior to starting this video, Becky and I sat here and had a pretty long conversation about some things. And I think she got to know me a little better as a result of that. And for me, the charitable part about that is that we both hopefully receive something that we didn't have before, or that maybe we were in need of. See, need comes in myriad forms. It can be the whole gamut, the whole spectrum of human experience, our existence. It's not just about, can I buy groceries, or can I pay my rent, or my electric bill, or my car payment, or do I need a ride to the store? It's much more vast than that. There's this universal concept of the interconnectedness of everything that exists. We're all connected in some way, shape, or form. Or you hear that phrase, we're all one. And I'm not sure I particularly subscribe to that idea, actually. I think maybe we're all one as far as we're part of the human species. We've had similarities of experiences from time to time, but we're still individuals. And when I think about we're all one, I don't know, for some reason I see a pool full of tadpoles. I'm sorry, that's probably not a good allegory or metaphor. But that's kind of what I see, is that we all have the same purpose, we all have the same color skin, the same color eyes, how boring. But I think when we think of we're all one, we can be all one in our purpose, in our existence. That to recognize that the world is basically needy, the world is poor, and we need to start donating to the world. Not food and clothing, but something way beyond that. Learning how to give of ourselves, of our time, being charitable with who we are, what we are, being charitable with our wisdom, our talents. See, I've got this theory, or maybe even fantasy, either one, they're both fun, but I've got this idea that every single person alive has a talent. something that you're good at. So especially right here now, like tomorrow is Thanksgiving Day, and that day's been set aside to give thanks for all of our many blessings, this, that, and the other. Maybe you can start today by doing something charitable with you, with yourself. Make an agreement with yourself that you will be more attentive with your family, with your loved ones, but with your friends and the world in general. There was a devastating thing that happened this past week, and that was the murder of 5 people in a club in Colorado Springs. And just several years ago, the same thing happened in Orlando. And then just today, the same thing happened at a Walmart in Virginia. I'm trying to fathom in my mind and in my heart that kind of hate. I have no reference point. I have no understanding of it. I ask all the time, where does this come from? How does it happen? And of course, I have ideas about that. I think, because no one is born with hatred. No one is born with prejudices or biases. Those things have to be learned or taught. And to think that we're being taught something so destructive. And this isn't just here, it's all over the world. When you see what's happening in the Ukraine and Russia and China, India, Africa, South America, Mexico. All of that, all of it is the result of hatred. But I have to tie in a couple of other words that kind of fuels this, and that's greed and avarice. Greed motivates destructiveness, especially when the greed is wanton and unchained. We're destroying ourselves out of greed. Now, at this point, you might be asking, what does that have to do with charity? Well, think of it this way. The only way, I think, to change this thing, that it's taken on a life of its own, it's an entity now, this hatred, is by becoming more charitable with our compassion, with our mindfulness, with our loving kindness. You know, I always greet people like this, and I'm not saying namaste at all. I'm not Hindu. What I am doing is acknowledging you. I'm acknowledging how important you are. And I think sometimes, like the Dalai Lama greets people that way. It's almost giving you a blessing rather than acknowledging anything. Because in my mind, you are worthy simply because you exist. I think the challenge is to get you to believe that, to get you to accept the fact that you are worthy. See, I think sometimes one of the most charitable things I can do is when I can assist someone with acknowledging their worthiness, with acknowledging that they do love and care about themselves. And as a result of that, then they all of a sudden discover this wellspring that they can also share and give with. I use the word assist. I'm trying to find a word here. I don't want to get caught up in semantics here. But I don't feel like I've ever really helped anyone, ever. All I can do is throw words at you maybe give you a tool or two. But then you have to then take those and do something with them. So whatever you accomplish with them is your accomplishment. And how wonderful is that, you know? Because if I do something for you, then it becomes my accomplishment, not yours. So I think maybe what we might want to do is start looking at just what is it I do have to give? What is it I do have to be charitable with? And I promise you, unconditionally, that if you look past your skin, you'll find it. You know? In fact, I'm going to challenge you that over the next 3 days, that you say to everybody that you know and meet, I love you, even if they're a stranger. I do it every day. And yes, it was difficult at first. I felt a little uncomfortable, I felt a little shy, I felt a little embarrassment, and I think they did too. You know, why is this guy telling me he loves me? You know, what does he want? See, the beautiful thing is when they find out you don't want anything. You don't even expect them to love you back. See, the greatest charity is when you give without expectation. Think about that. Because if I give you something and I expect something in return, then it's no longer a gift, it becomes a payment. Or an expected payment. See if we can move past that. I mean, I've been on this earth a pretty good time, not as long as some, but I've been here for 75 years, going on 76 years. And hopefully along the way I've learned some things. I mean, I've experienced some things that probably none of you even want to hear about. Make your hair stand up. But as a result of that, like Becky and I were talking earlier, as a result of that, I am where I am now. And I make this statement from time to time. I am who I am because of who I was, not in spite of it. Because everything we do and experience and learn in our lives can be used to create something beautiful and useful. So when we're engaging in charity, I wonder how many of us are doing that out of some past experience. Maybe somebody helped me once, and I want to pay it forward. I love that movie, and I love that whole movement, Pay It Forward. I think we should get back into that. Because paying it forward is just charity using a whole phrase rather than the one word. And when you break down the word charity, you know, C-H-A-R-I-T-Y, you have to think about the first part of that chair. What is a chair used for? We sit in it. We relax in it. We even dispense judgments from it. We dispense all kinds of things from that chair. And then when you put that suffix ity on the end, it becomes something in action, something in movement. It becomes active. And so if we can do that, get up out of the chair and move forward with something. You know, I can sit here and wait for you to do something all day long, and I'm probably going to get a numb rear end as a result of just sitting here. But if I get up and start doing it with you, or at the same time as you, because I'm here and you might be somewhere else way over there, but that energy that is emanated from that, that is created from that, that is sent out into the world, the universe with that, then becomes its own thing. It takes on a life of its own. It's like, sometimes when I'm praying about the world, I see the whole planet with this beautiful scintillating golden net around it, holding everything together, like an aura. as part of that, I try to see myself becoming part of that. I see myself, my energy, beginning to flow into that net, become a part of that network. Until the me is no longer just here. I just see my whole body dissolving into like this smoke, like this electricity, and connecting. I mean, that sounds pretty fantastical, but it works for me. I've done that for years. And as a Native person, I have this meditation technique called going through the dream catcher. Because most people don't understand what a dream catcher really is or what it's all about. But I picture this giant dream catcher in front of me, and the strands are scintillating all these different colors. And then I see myself becoming smoke-like. And then I just go right through the center of the dream catcher to the other side of the dream. And there's wonderful things you can experience there. Again, what does that have to do with charity? Well, it has to do with your willingness to step out of your comfort zone, do something that you know, or maybe you don't know, will benefit somebody else. And if you know it will, how wonderful. But if you don't know it will, how more wonderful that you're willing to extend anyway. To me, that's just like that. That's great. We have all, don't care where you are, where you come from, how old you are, what color you are, I don't care. We've all been the recipients of charity at one point in time or another. Even if it's just my friend lending me their jacket because I forgot mine. Or you have somebody over for dinner. Whatever. It's those little tiny acts that we pay no attention to at all, that if you put them all together, they create this really big thing. You know? And that really big thing then becomes the power behind it. So besides the challenge I gave you before, I want each one of you to think about, I'm going to engage in an act of charity. And then I want you to do that. But write a little bit of it down, maybe. What you're going to do, what you're willing to do. And if you don't mind, share it with me too. Just send me a little message on Facebook or something. And let me know how that went for you. Because I think that you might discover this whole different world out there, the world of giving. Because when you discover that's what makes rich people. See, I'm one of the richest men in the world. I'm probably richer than Elon Musk. Simply because, I don't have any money. I don't got nothing like that. But I have this love. That's not only inside me, but it comes toward me. I have all these friends and these family members and this community around me. And I mean, that's where wealth can be truly measured. Because when it comes to money, I struggle every month just to pay my rent or to buy groceries, or now have property taxes. And I endeavor not to worry about those things, because worry sets up a negative response that repels sometimes good stuff coming in. So my charity, my act of charity for me, is that I'm not going to worry about it. I've learned over the last 75 years that when you truly believe, and you don't have to believe in God, as long as you believe in something, you know, then that wellspring of energy, of power, will feed you. Yeah, feed. Keep that word in mind. It will feed you. We're all starving on some level, aren't we? We're starving for affection, we're starving for love, we're starving for attention, we're starving for acknowledgement. I was thinking about that today. You know, there's a friend of mine that I haven't seen in quite some time. And just I was thinking, you know, I really want to spend some time with them. I'm hungry for that. Who knows? Maybe it will happen, maybe it won't. However, if I decided, oh, that's probably not going to happen, that would assure me that it wouldn't. As long as I stay on this side of the expectation, then there's a greater chance that it will. So how wonderful is that? So in closing here, when you think about charity, don't just limit it to the giving of alms. Expand on it. Include yourself in there. And when you do, I promise you, it'll take on a new meaning and you will feel better about it. So thank you for listening to me today. And keep this in mind, I love you. Thank you.
Thank you, Bob and Shannon. You guys are awesome, and we so appreciate and love you. And Will, you just are beyond words, and we appreciate you joining us in this endeavor, and you've added so much, and we love you. Yeah. Philip, thank you for all you do, you and your crew putting this together every week and making it happen. So if you are out there in the world and you have technical needs like this, go either virtual or in person, contact Philip at the address below and he will fix you up. Remember, we have the live Zoom deep dive right after the morning service, 11:45 to 12:15. And we'll see you there. It's a lot of fun. If you haven't done it, you'll enjoy it. You might get hooked.
Yeah.
And on Sunday evening, you will have the opportunity to watch the service again or send someone back to it at 5:45 on Facebook Live. Next week, we will have Muslim Noran Sykes, and her musical guest will be Daniel Capel, and we will be continuing our topic of charity.
www.peopleofdiversity.org is how you can participate in maintaining, growing this community. Remember that there's a Facebook page, a Facebook group, and a YouTube page that are all connected historically to the last 3.5 years of services that we put together for this. Let's just take a moment right now and say thank you. If you'll set your feet on the floor, close your eyes, take a deep breath. Spirit, thank you for this opportunity, for the amazing people that come together week after week after week to make this this possible. You know, what is this? This amazing opportunity for growth, for expansion, for us to see where our brothers and sisters of another faith might help us to deeper understand our relationship with our understanding of God, and for that we are very grateful.
Amen.
We say amen. So don't click off just yet, because the most important part of the service is now. If you'll bring to your mind's eye anyone in your life who might need help, healing, support in any way, bring them to your mind's eye and put them in a circle with us, with you. And let's include in there anybody out there in the greater world, planet, that might need support and guidance in their choices and decisions, and our world leaders as they come together and try and put something wonderful together like a peaceful planet. And push light out. Push light out to them, and know that we are part of the circle, and we need to open up and receive for ourselves. And let's listen to this last song together and just really push out some love, some gratitude, some support on this very special weekend. And have an amazing week. And we'll see you soon.
Thank you.
One power, one power, one power, one power, one power, one power. There's one power invisible, and you see it everywhere and every day. One power indescribable, and you speak of it with every word you say. Mysterious until you know the truth, as simple as the love inside of you. Call it God, call it Spirit, call it Jesus, call it Lord, call it Buddha, Baha'u'llah, angels' wings or heaven's door. But whatever name you give it, it's all one power, can't you see? It's the power